All right. Well, we're having the technical difficulties. Here you go.
Yes, sir. We had a little bit of technical difficulties, but we are back. Tuesday nights.
Woo!
Your Tuesday routines are back. Hanging out. Just me and Chris tonight. Carlos is out sick today, but we missed you guys, man. Last week felt weird not recording on a Tuesday. I'm not gonna lie. It was very weird because my body's so used to just recording every Tuesday night and not having anything planned for a Tuesday night was kind of strange. I know it's Tuesday, nobody does anything anyways, but missed our fans for sure. Missed Chris, missed Carlos. I didn't talk to them too much last week. It was a very busy week for us, but also a very busy week in sports. We got a packed show for you guys tonight. We got a lot of stuff that we're going to talk through. We are reviewing another call today. Today's critical call is going to be the Tuck rule, which everybody's very aware of what happened in that game. But other than that, welcome back to the show. We are excited once again every Tuesday nights on Twitch, Friday nights upload on YouTube. Chris, what is up, baby?
Oh man, I'm not gonna lie. A week off felt kind of good. I'm not gonna. No, it was different, bro. Because we've been on Tuesdays for a while now. When 8:30 was rounding up, I was starting to feel a little alone and lost. But
Yeah,
we just had like a little movie night here with at the house. But besides that, I did miss you,
yeah,
just a little bit. And then Carlos, who's not here as well, but we're not gonna roast him today.
yeah.
So it's cool to be back on the show, and then we got a lot to talk about. So let's get to it, bro.
Yeah, let's do it. Hey, Misa Church, welcome back with the Doritos. That was our first chat on Twitch. That is me. I chatted that. Just trying to liven up the crowd, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, so speaking of sports, right? So let's get into it. We obviously have had a lot of stuff happen in the last 2 weeks that we've been gone when it comes to the major sport right now that is in the playoffs. Second major sport because the NHL is also in the playoffs. But the NBA playoffs have been so fun to watch. I don't know about you, Chris, but I have enjoyed watching every playoff game. And like I said in the previous episodes, if you are not a fan of the NBA, like NBA playoffs is the time to start watching it because it just gets so much
Get with
better,
the
in my
program.
opinion. You know what I mean? Like I
Yes,
enjoy it.
it's just like any sport, bro. Any
Mm-hmm.
sport, playoff, postseason comes around. That's when everybody starts tuning in, and
Yeah,
this is just like no other. It's exciting because the teams that we were expecting to fall out quick, or the teams that we're expecting to dominate 100% complete, it looks like they're struggling a little bit. The team that I thought was going to keep going is going, so I'm happy for that. But it's been eventful for the NBA playoffs. I'm trying to pull up the bracket so I can pull up who's what's the records right now. So
like who's in it still right now? Obviously,
no, just like what's it called, like the kind of like
standings.
the one. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, I gotcha. Obviously, our team, we're Laker fans, but we are a non-biased podcast. But we obviously are excited that we are up in the series 3-1 against Golden State.
Hmm.
If you remember correctly, Golden State was also kind of struggling. They weren't having the greatest year that they've had. Neither were the Lakers. Obviously, we squeezed in the play-in and then have been hot ever since. But a lot of other teams, though, that was unexpected that are doing great, or I mean, look at our bracket right now. If you're looking at it,
This
it's
is
the
for the
sixth.
West.
Yeah, if you're
This is
looking
the
at it,
West.
it's the sixth and seventh round are in the playoffs right now and about to make it to the Western Conference Finals. One of those teams, right? Because it's not over,
So yeah,
and it
yeah.
won't be over until it's over. So,
So just for a bit
mm-hmm,
of context here,
mm-hmm,
only because you're up 3-1 don't mean nothing.
yeah,
We remember Cavs and Warriors. That 3-1 deficit cut down, and the Cavs actually won that series.
yep,
Only because you're up right now don't mean anything. But we're hoping the Lakers can pull it off tomorrow. The one that's kind of surprising to me is for the Western is the Suns and the Nuggets. I thought the Nuggets would pull off a lot quicker. I don't know about you, but
mm-hmm.
I'm not the biggest Devin Booker fan.
I am.
Recently. I did like him in the past, especially because of all the Kobe comparisons.
Yeah.
But recently, I don't know, something about his demeanor or just the way he carries himself. It's just I'm not the biggest fan. Still a great
Hmm.
ball player. KD is there, Chris Paul's there, so the team is stacked. It's not like they don't have anybody. They got three kind of veteran or two veterans and one that's still putting his name out there.
Yeah.
In my opinion, but the Nuggets really don't have besides Nikola. It's not like the most stacked team
Yeah. They're
compared
just
to the
a
Suns, in
very
my opinion.
Yeah, they're just a very well-round team. They play good as a team. They've got a lot of good chemistry. The Western Conference Finals are going to be interesting because, like you said, it's not over between Golden State and the Lakers. Obviously, Lakers are up in the series 3-1 with so many good games that happened. I don't know if we touched base on this because we've been gone for a week, but the Memphis Grizzlies, all that smack they were talking, and they're not in it anymore. So
Oh, we didn't get a chance to. I don't think
we
got a
yeah we
chance to
didn't
talk
because that
about
was last week's episode that we missed. And then obviously the Kings put up a hell of a fight against Golden State. They went the full 7 games, so that was fun to watch.
I called that one though, so I'm okay with that.
Yeah, the Clippers, the ugly stepsister of the Los Angeles City, got bounced 4-1 in that series, and then the Nuggets ran away with it from Minnesota. So it's been a good, fun playoffs to watch. Eastern Conference and Western Conference, a lot of teams that we expected them. Chris, if you can go to the Eastern side, a lot of teams that we expected to be playing a lot better seem to have struggling. Obviously, your Knicks and Miami Heat is running away with it as the 8th seed. The 8th seed also beating Milwaukee. The number 1 seed is crazy. The 76ers and the Celtics being 2-2 right now, but it looks like the current game right now looks like Philly's going to win this one. But, there's playoffs aren't over. There's still so much left to play on both sides of it. It's not over until you get your name added onto the next bracket, which is the conference finals. Once that happens, then you can kind of be like, okay, well, who are we waiting to play? Obviously, as Laker fans, we're hoping that the Lakers are going to be advancing. I would like to see Lakers versus Suns, in my opinion, because
I think that's for finals.
no, versus the Suns. In the fine. What the hell is happening in the finals? If it is the Lakers,
You're the greatest of all time now. It's
in the finals, if it's the Lakers, I would like the Lakers versus Miami. Lower seeds playing against each other would be dope.
The rematch.
Yeah, but it's not. We're not going to get ahead of ourselves. We still have to make it through Golden State and still have to make it to the
Western.
conference finals.
Before we start talking about the actual games, because I know we're gonna touch base on actual games, but just who's going conference finals for the West? I think my opinion changed because I think I said Suns versus Lakers. I still think Lakers, but I think it's gonna be the Nuggets for the Western. Eastern.
Steven. What's up, bro? Welcome to the chat.
Eastern for me will be Heat and Celtics, and I think the Heat will take that as well.
So I think that it's gonna be the Heat against. I think it's gonna be Heat in Philly. In the Eastern. Yeah, I don't know why. But I don't know. I think the Eastern Conference is a little different because like everybody says, as a Laker fan, you're supposed to hate the Celtics. Blah blah blah. I like Jason Tatum, and you're not going to change my mind on that. The kid can play ball, so you're not going to change my mind on that. But I would like to see a Philly versus Miami conference final. I think is the best route for me.
Hey, James Harden is balling out too right now.
Yeah, he's balling. He's coming back as that 2019 James Harden. So I mean, it's going to depend right on who gets hot at the right time. Just like we've always said, the Lakers came in with a hot streak. They came in struggling, they made the play-in, got hot at the right time, and they've taken away with it. Obviously, a lot of key players have been playing phenomenal in that series against Golden State, and you're playing against Golden State, who has 2 of the best shooters in the NBA currently. I'm talking about Draymond Green and Steph Curry, but you're playing against 2 of the best shooters with Klay Thompson and Steph Curry, they've obviously kind of been on the struggle bus this season too. Came in as the 6th seed.
Jordan Poole is having a struggle in the playoffs as well.
Yeah. So a lot can change though, and that's why. And I think every like true fan of a certain team is going to say it's not over yet until it's over, because you can in basketball. I feel like a 3-1 deficit is probably more doable than in any other sport, if that makes sense. Because I think that the crowd has a lot to do with it too. So if your team is balling out of control at home, it's more doable for them to come back. And Golden State is also, they got a lot of fans, so that place can get loud, and it can shake up the Lakers defense. It can shake up the Lakers shooting. So it's definitely definitely a thing where it's not over yet. That Denver Nuggets versus the Suns, I kind of want to see the Suns advance, but I do like the Joker, so it wouldn't bother me if it's them. I think either way, the conference finals on the Western side is going to be a little bit harder, and I think that series, whoever it is, will go 7, unless it's Golden State against. Well,
I
no,
think it'll still go 7, regardless.
yeah, I think either way it'll go 7. Yeah, so Steven said 76ers and Heat. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm going with on that side.
I'm
On
going
the Eastern.
Heat and Celtics for the Eastern.
Yeah, I mean, Philly's up right now. They're in the 4th quarter. They're up 104-89. But that is a hell of a series, man. It's a 3rd seed against the 2nd seed, so it's it's definitely a good series. And I think this one would go. That one would go 7. I think I agree with you though. I didn't expect the Suns to tie the series 2-2, so it is kind of crazy to see Denver kind of struggle with that. But also Nikola Jokic getting almost, they said that they were going to suspend him for Game 5, but then they didn't because of that.
I don't think you can do that kind of for something like that, bro. Like, I don't think it'd be right to suspend him, because this is like do or die type of thing, and he is a crucial player for the Nuggets.
Yeah, for sure. So it's just going to be one of those things where we'll see who gets hot at the right time. The Suns have a stacked team, and that's another thing. They have great players that can provide a win for this conference. So
yeah,
we'll see if Chris Paul gets hot, and then if I forget I forget that Kevin Durant's there, and if Kevin Durant starts getting hot. So they have a powerful team that can do something. We'll see what they end up doing, I guess. Steven's also calling Nuggets versus Lakers. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm gonna go Phoenix just because I like that competition better as just an NBA fan. I would like to see the Lakers versus the Suns because you have KD obviously going against LeBron, which is going to be fun to watch regardless. But we'll see. The NBA playoffs are just very fun to watch, very entertaining. A lot of stuff has happened. I think Joel Embiid is now the MVP, so well-deserved for him. Yeah. We missed that call last week too, so we missed a lot of stuff because we took a week off. But it won't happen again until something else comes up. Then we'll take another week off.
All right, well, let's talk about a little bit about yesterday's game, Warriors and Lakers.
Yes.
So throughout the whole game has been kind of tight. No one really took off.
Tight as in cool, or tight as in both? A tight competition?
Both, because till the 4th quarter, it was back and forth. Maybe not like saying like the Lakers lost the lead a lot, but just saying like, hey, there was always like, if you miss this possession, then there's a chance for the Warriors to score. But I would like to say, Steph Curry did carry. Steph Curry did carry.
Whoa.
Steph Curry did carry the Golden State, even though they did lose. But he did carry because Klay Thompson has been having a struggle bus as well. Playing 41 minutes and only scoring 9 points should not be acceptable in a playoff game, especially where you are now.
Well, especially from Klay Thompson.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so, you expect him to drop 20 plus easily.
Yeah. Facts. And his bench scored more than that. DiVincenzo scored 10 with 15 minutes to play. And he still scored 10. Rather, someone that played 40 minutes, more than half an hour, only 9 points, especially at the caliber that we know Klay Thompson can what he
play.
can do.
Yeah.
But that didn't matter. Wiggins scored 17 points and Steph Curry scored 31. So it's kind of, you see, whenever your key players don't come through for you, it really comes and bites you in the ass. Because Jordan Poole played 10 minutes. How many points? 0. He's been having a struggle bus of not postseason, well, just the playoffs in general. So, and then the Lakers, on the other hand, everybody's kind of scoring. Anthony Davis, 23 points.
Dude, he's been balling.
Yeah, man. Anthony Davis, like we've always said, healthy. That guy can kill it.
Yep.
LeBron with 27. Austin Reeves, which at the beginning of the game did have a little bit of a struggle to him, scored 21. But I would like to pause there. Austin Reeves, underrated as hell, in my opinion, because in the regular season, killed it. But in the playoffs, especially against a team like Golden State, where you have so many dang shooters, and he has to guard the best shooter probably we've seen in so long, which was Steph Curry yesterday. He had to guard him, and he did a great job.
Well, okay, so one of our top supporters, and Steven, sent us, or he tagged us in an Instagram story last week where it was the Wolverine meme showing that we miss Alex Caruso, right? Because a lot of comparison comes between Caruso and Austin Reeves. Because
I do miss him, though, not gonna lie.
I do too. But I feel like Austin Reeves has filled in those shoes perfectly. I think that he's played great. He can come clutch on the defense, and he can drive in the lane, and he gets his rebounds. Like he is a well-rounded player. So I think that the comparison between Caruso and Reeves is very similar, but we shared that story that Steven sent us because one, it's funny because you do kind of miss Alex Caruso, and he was just a different ball player. But Austin Reeves, more power to him. He has been playing great, and he's been kind of consistent when it comes to being able to provide, whether it's a defensive rebound or offensive rebound, whether it's something kind of open up in the lane, find an assist, whatever it is, he's been playing great. So you can't really take that away from him.
I don't know if you've seen this tweet. I'm trying to pull it up,
Let's see. What does it say?
It's not really. Oh, this is right here. This is a tweet from Austin Reeves back in 2012.
Damn.
At the time, you got to remember, this is 2012. This is not 2023.
Yeah.
And apparently it's like a big like joke in the locker room. But yeah, I just wanted to show that real quick.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's a great ball player, and I think that we're lucky to have him. And he, like I said, he filled in the shoes for Alex Caruso very well. So it's great. It's great to have him on the court with us. And everybody in that team has been playing good. They've been playing great, and they haven't been able to close out the series yet, but we're so close. But like I said, we can't get ahead of ourselves because you have to think about a comeback possibly happening. And yes, I say we because, yeah, we're just fans. We do not get paychecks from the Lakers. If we did, we don't get a ring if they win. But it is we because we have.
I don't care what people say.
We have committed time, and we've bought jerseys, and we buy all the gear. So it's
we
definitely
scream when they lose. We cheer when they win. We cry whenever they lose.
Yeah, we throw parades when we finally win our third game of the season. So yes,
I have a buddy at work, bro, that bugs me, right? Because for those that don't know, we're from LA. And we live in Texas. So it's kind of hard, like when the Dodgers won the World Series and the Lakers won the finals. You celebrate yourself here at home, but realistically, you want to be in LA at the parades.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it's just something we can't do, but we support them. Lonnie Walker, I didn't want to miss out talking about that.
Nope.
15 points, carried the whole fourth quarter on his back.
Yeah.
And
it was his game, bro.
Yeah, and LeBron said it himself. It wasn't for Lonnie coming through, they don't know what the outcome of that game would have been.
Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy to see young talent just start balling out of control, and at the right time. You know what I mean? LeBron said the same thing. Like, dude, it was his game. Like, he took that and ran with it, and he did. Steven said, "At least we're not Philly fans that burn down the city. Us Laker fans flip cars, cop cars. That's it. That's true. Those riots were pretty lit back then. Yeah, it was a scene from Grand Theft Auto 7, I guess, whenever that happened. But yeah, so yeah, Lonnie Walker.
Grand Theft Auto 6 is not even out. But what
Hold
time
on,
about number 7?
I know I've jumped I've jumped to the next gen already. We're speaking of, bro, that game has taken forever to come out, dude.
It's gonna be 30 more years before we get Grand Theft Auto 6.
Seriously, man. Yeah, so I think that the Lakers are looking good right now. Obviously, we're keeping our fingers crossed for way better performance in the next game. Let's not keep it close. Just close the game out. Take a couple of rest days because I think that Denver Nuggets and the Suns is going to go 7. So the thing is, if the Lakers win, let's say they win it tomorrow and close out that series, they are going to have a lot of rest time, which is good because you want to rest up. But at the same time, Chris, what's your opinion? Is it good to be rested, or is it better to be hot?
I said the same thing. I'll say the same thing in every sport. I think the more rest days you get out of your flow.
Yeah.
Just because you've been so hungry for it, you've been working your ass off for it, and then to have an extra day or two off, I just think it kind of kills the mood because the team's already pushing through. And then let's say your first game's away or even at home, your fans can show up, but you're out of your...
It's not the same environment. Yeah. And you're right. I agree with that. And I've always kind of been 50-50 on that because sometimes a rest time is a good time. Like, your body needs to rest up. You need to get kind of in a mindset again for the conference finals in this case. But yeah, I agree with you too, man. Like if you're hot, why take the time off? You know what I mean? Like you want to stay hot. Just like us. Like we took last week off, and I felt out of it like this week, because we're such a great podcast that we stay consistent. So
consistent. But we took last week off.
Yeah, we took the last week off, but still. So right now it's 2 minutes left in the fourth in the Philly game. Philly is up 113-98. That'll be a fun series to finish wrapping up too. Other than that, that's what I have on the basketball talk. Pretty much is just talking about these playoffs, man. Next week we'll see like where everybody's standing and how everything is going for Laker fans and for any team that you support that's still in the playoffs. It sucks not seeing Milwaukee in it because I really thought Milwaukee was going to be there, especially as the number 1 seed. I expected them to kind of be in there, but obviously that didn't happen. So it is what it is. Now, if we want to transition over to our other sport of choice, which is baseball, we have a lot of stuff happening already. We have currently teams that have moved up in the power rankings, and that's what I wanted to bring up right now. Power rankings have shifted a little bit.
Did you send
I'm going
me
to
that?
just
I
say
can pull
that.
it up on the screen.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm going to send it to you. I'm going to send it to you on Instagram.
That's fine.
So a lot of stuff has changed already. Tampa Bay still ranked number 1, so Rays fans celebrate. Atlanta's at 2. The Orioles at 3. The Orioles, bro. After I've made so much fun of them, they're gonna make me my
every
words.
time we do an example of like worst case
worst
scenarios,
team.
we're always on the Orioles.
And now they're ranked 3. Rangers also surprisingly at 4. The Dodgers have made a big old crawl back because we were ranked like 15 in the last 2 weeks. We are ranked number 5 now.
Let's get it, baby. Let's get it.
6 is the Red Sox, which is half of the Dodger team is over there. So technically they're Dodgers 2.0. They're ranked number 6. Blue Jays 7. Pirates 9. Diamondbacks 9. I'm sorry. Pirates 8. Astros 10. So Astros took a hit because they were, I think, ranked 8 the last time we did this. But I mean, it's so much baseball left, and I think we say that every episode. Like there's
And we'll
so
say that
much
till the World
baseball.
Series.
Yeah, we'll say that until October starts because there's so much baseball left. But you do want to have a team that is very hot at the right time because you don't want to wait too long for something to kick on, and then you've missed your opportunity, and you only get one opportunity, one chance.
But someone in the comments right here too on that post you sent me. I don't know if you can see me hovering over that. Says the AL East is the best division in sports. In that division, just an FYI, is most of the power rankings. You got the Rays, the Orioles, the Blue Jays, the Red Sox, and then you got the Yankees at last in the East.
Where are the Yankees ranked right now? What are they, like 15 now? They've been
In the power
struggling.
rankings?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't know the power rankings, but I'm just saying like just their.
Oh, they're
overall
14.
schedule.
They're 14. They're 14. They're ranked 14 total in the power rankings. Padres are ranked 15. Padres.
Mm.
I don't like Padres, but I like some of your players because they are good ball players. Fernando Tatis obviously playing again, and
playing
he's
good,
back or whatever. Yeah, and he's playing good for you guys. Great. But I just think that it's not enough. Like they aren't a found team. They're not there. They're not a team that I feel like you have to worry about because
Not
they're gonna
yet. Not
yeah.
yet.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's just gonna depend if they get hot, right? Because like they do have a stout team.
They're all
Pitching
pretty
is
hot.
good.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Whoa. yeah, but we'll see what happens with them. I guess baseball wise, I feel like I wanted to bring this up just to see like what you thought. So remember how we built a team not too long ago, like a fantasy team or whatever.
are we building another team? I bet. I
What?
got Cody
Hold on.
Bellinger.
No.
Still,
No, remove him. Built
he's
it.
playing good, bro.
No, he's not. Built it with superheroes.
Marvel,
build-
DC?
Both, yeah. Any superhero, like even the Ninja Turtles.
Can they use their powers?
No, just more like their ability. Well, I guess yeah. They can't use their powers to play the game, but ability wise. So like, who would you have as a designated hitter? I would have Thanos.
DH, I'd have Superman.
You would have Superman as a DH?
No, I have Darkseid. That's Superman's or the Justice League's menace.
Okay, so starting pitcher, who would you have? Who's got strong arms?
I'm going Batman, bro.
What?
Oh yeah,
Dude.
Batman's built, bro.
Batman's
Built, not
not a
bought.
superhero.
Well, actually,
He is bought.
No, I'll go for starting pitcher. I would go Flash. Oh no, I'll put Flash at short. Never mind.
Yeah, that's
Flash
what I
is
was
short.
saying. I'll put Flash somewhere in like the infield. I say like infield. Yeah, put him at short. Second base due to or third base due to reflexes. I'd probably put give me who's got good reflex. Captain America. Captain America is my starting pitcher. Fuck that. He's the captain.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
He's the captain. And then first base. First base is usually a bigger guy. You know what I mean?
I'm going Cyborg.
As first.
as
Okay.
first.
Okay. Second base, I'd go.
I'm going Iron Man.
Really, I was gonna put him outfield, just because
Well,
he can fly and catch the home runs.
Okay, we'll go center field Iron Man.
Okay. And then
second
left
base.
field. Oh yeah, second base. I don't know who second bases are usually smaller. So who's Ant
Quicksilver.
Man?
Who?
Oh, Ant Man. Because they're usually smaller. Catcher. Who's somebody that catches everything?
Me. Oh wait. Oh, you know who I would trade second base for? I'd put Spider-Man there because he's quick and he has the best reflexes ever.
Okay, yeah. I can
Spidey
get with
sense.
that. Yeah, he's got Spidey sense. And then third base, you got to be quick at third, though.
Well,
Reflex
no, actually, I think I'll put Spider-Man. No, because Spider-Man is not tall.
yeah.
And usually third basemen are, besides Pablo Sandoval, they're usually pretty big.
Yeah, but they got quick reflexes, though. It's the hot
That's
corner
true.
for a reason. I would put,
I'll put Captain America. Oh, no, you put him as pitcher, huh?
yeah, I'd put Quicksilver at third.
Okay, Quicksilver at third. Left field.
Wol-
Oh,
Wolverine, I'll put him at left.
Wolverine left.
Yeah.
Center,
Ooh.
I'm still going Iron Man.
Okay.
And right. You're going to have
Okay,
a cannon to be on right.
Manager, I'd put Professor X.
Oh, yeah, facts. I'm not even
Right?
finding that. Or like Nick Fury, one of the two.
Yeah. And so what do we have? Right field left?
Yeah.
Right field, I would put give me Thor.
I'm still putting Batman. We haven't put Batman in here yet.
Oh.
I
Batman's
can't-
a sub.
No, Batman's
for
my
me.
catcher.
Okay, yeah, Batman can catch. I put Thor at right.
Thor at right.
I feel like we said any superhero and we went mostly Marvel.
Marvel.
Yeah, we didn't go.
Just
we
second-
had like 2 DCs.
Second base. We didn't even choose Superman, bro.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I thought you said DH.
I thought you said Thanos.
Oh yeah, I said Thanos. Yeah, I'd put Thanos at DH still.
All right.
And they play against the Savage Bananas or Savannah Bananas, whatever they're called.
The ball boy is Superman. What's the team name?
We're gonna call them. Damn. The
Javengers.
This is great content, by the way.
This is great sports content.
Yeah, this is great sports content. Anyways, yeah, I just wanted to bring that up. I thought that it would be a good idea to create one, but obviously we weren't really quick on our feet on that one.
No, because there's too many superheroes, man.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, guys, for those that don't remember, and you could start thinking of your top 3, it is top 3 animated movies of all time.
Yes, Pixar, DreamWorks, whatever you guys want.
Yeah, top 3.
Yeah, top 3, Disney's, whatever. So yeah, it was funny you said Batman, and a Batman commercial just came out. So Philly just won, by the way. So they're up 3-2 in that series.
That's a close series though, because 3-2 is a lot closer than 3-1.
Seriously, for
Obviously.
sure. I think the Suns game is starting shortly after.
It should start right here, like literally.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's already transferred, saying Phoenix Suns.
okay. So when baseball season gets hotter, we'll bring it in more. It's still way too early to start giving away predictions. Obviously, we have our predictions and choices. Other than that, wrestling news wise for our wrestling fans out there,
Hold up.
WWE.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Who's your AL pick this season to make it to World Series? I don't think we've asked that.
Well, I had said Astros initially.
Oh, okay. Well, then we're on the same page then.
Yeah,
Never mind.
I still think the Astros can turn it around and do it. I think
Yeah,
it's
me
going to
too.
be Astros Dodgers rematch.
I hope so.
Dodgers winning in 7. Hopefully.
Dodgers winning in 4.
Yeah. So all you Giants fans out there, how's that going? Just wanted to throw that out there.
Jeez. If there's
Anyways.
any Giants fans left in the world,
Yeah, seriously.
there's diehard Giants fan, and then there's your brother-in-law.
Oh,
He has a
man.
hat for every occasion.
Yeah, seriously.
But we love them. The Giants
love
are
them.
15 and 19. Jeez.
Yeah. But so much baseball left, bro. That could easily turn around. You could also go 111 wins. Let's not forget that.
Why are you bringing up old stuff, bro?
I just want people to know that we're non-biased. All right, and we make fun of our own teams too, but we're allowed to because we're their fans. So you guys can't make fun of us.
So the right across the bay of the Athletics with the worst record in baseball.
Dude,
They
people are like,
8-28.
bro, people are like, it wouldn't surprise me if the Athletics find a way to go negative in their record this year. Like, it must suck. Dude, did you know that there's been like an average of like 2,000 people at the games? And people buy the cheap tickets, sit up in nosebleeds, and there's nobody at the stadium. That is insane, bro. Like,
And it's such a nice stadium too. Like I would love to go visit it.
Oakland A's and the fans and the owner have really tarnished that like good potential.
They had a movie. Not everybody gets a
like,
movie.
Like they just ruined their own reputation. But they're going to be moving to Vegas, so that's my guess.
Is that
for it.
like a true thing, or is that still like in the air?
I think that they haven't officially said, "Hey, we're moving to Vegas," but I think that it's definitely happening because they're not staying in Oakland anymore. I don't think so. I think they, and who wants to live in Oakland? But you know,
Yeah, just
That's
people
my-
that like
that's
crime.
my guess.
And
yeah, that like crime. John Morant is moving to Oakland.
nice.
That was a
I
good
like that one. That was funny.
that was good. Yeah. All right. So yeah, we'll keep up with the baseball talk later. Once we get more info, I guess. But WWE wise and wrestling news, we had the WWE draft happen last week. It was a good draft, sort of, not really. I was kind of disappointed in it because there were supposed to be like so many more changes. No teams really got split up. They all kind of went with the same thing. They just kind of finally split the divisions. There's a new title that came out that Triple H is going to be, or they're doing the tournament. Seth Rollins is already in the finals after last night, so I'm rooting for him personally.
Yes.
I think it's going to be him versus Bobby Lashley at Night of Champions at the end of May is going to be my guess on it.
So that's official. It's going to be a Night of Champions.
Yeah, that title is coming up at Night of Champions.
Cool.
But I did want to talk about the pay-per-view that just happened, which was WWE Backlash in Puerto Rico, because it was Bad Bunny's big thing. Bad Bunny is one of the greatest celebrity wrestlers that we've seen. I think he's better than Logan Paul, not just because I don't like Logan Paul, but I just think that he brings a lot more to it. For one, he's the #1 streamed artist in the world.
I know, they made it known.
Yeah, they kept saying it for sure. But he had such a great performance in that match. I think that it was entertaining to watch. There we had a return of Carlito, Savio Vega, LWO came out. It was a great pay-per-view, and like I was telling you before the show started, it was a very underrated pay-per-view because a lot of people were kind of like, yeah, this is just kind of a fill-in pay-per-view. There's not a lot really that's happening in the storylines. But Bad Bunny, I think, kind of saved that show. When his entrance song came out, when it was Chambea, bro, that place erupted and it was lit. Like, it was fun. I was enjoying it, and I watched it 2 days later. Because
what a fake WWE fan. I watched it live. I was at the stadium.
Yeah, I went there. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't get to watch it, but I watched it yesterday, and it was fun to watch. All the matches were great. There was not one, even Seth Rollins versus Omos, when I hate
Which was
Omos.
strange. That was such a strange
Random, right?
decision.
That's just Vince McMahon pushing him down our throats. But that was a good match. Like, it wasn't even that bad. Like, I enjoyed that one. That's coming from me, and I hate Omos. But unless he comes on this podcast.
That's a big word.
Yeah, hate's a big word. But it was a good pay-per-view. I think up there for sure as one of my favorite backlashes that we've had in a long time. So it was a great freaking pay-per-view. All the matches were good. There was a mediocre match with, honestly, surprising, the Usos with Solo. Like, that match was kind of meh.
You know what?
I wasn't really into it.
Hot take. Well, I don't know if it's a hot take for you, but a lot of people, and including me, I cannot stand Solo.
I like him.
He is so annoying to me.
Bro, I like him.
The worst Bloodline member ever.
Really?
Yes, that guy.
I think Paul Heyman's the worst blood.
No, I like Paul Heyman. He does his job great, bro. Solo is so annoying, bro. Everything he does, he doesn't talk. He doesn't wear shoes, and neither does Riddle. But it's just so annoying, bro. Like that stupid thing he does whenever they're in the turnbuckle, and he just like, and like there's nothing happening. Well, you can't see me, but like,
I really didn't see you. I was trying to. I was squinting.
And then whatever his Samoan spike or whatever it's called.
Yeah. Well, that's a like homage to his uncle Umaga.
No. I don't mind that that finisher. What I can't stand is, like, for instance, the Usos won, right? And
yes.
Solo. And at the end, whenever they're celebrating, he is contemplating, like, beating
spiking
their ass
one of them.
too.
Yeah. So that storyline has been so good, and it's still not over. Like, obviously, right?
You think the bloodline is like gonna end?
Yes,
in the near
soon.
future.
Yes, soon. Like, I thought it was gonna end there, at Backlash, because there was so much beef between Solo and Jey Uso. So I was like, oh shit, this is where it's gonna change, right? But like, for the people that have been following like the storyline of like the bloodline, and we saw Solo a year ago when he interrupted against Drew McIntyre. That was the first time that he got called up from NXT up to the main roster. So the people that have been following this, Solo is, like Chris said, he's very quiet. He don't say nothing. He just kind of does. He's the enforcer of the group or whatever, and he just does that. And he's played that character very well. And I like him for that, because I'm just like, dude, this is like tight. He didn't have to say anything, but you know what he's thinking. So for the last couple of weeks, Paul Heyman has been kind of spitting words in Solo's ear that, like, if you don't get the job done, or like if they don't get the job done, you get the job done, but kind of like implying like you have to turn on your brothers, right? Because he's the third out of them too. It's the Usos are the oldest, and then he's the baby of the three of them. But he's like,
so in that case, he's my favorite.
Yeah, and then so that storyline's been great, and obviously we don't know what the hell's gonna happen. WWE writing is so good, bro. Like, it's just perfect because it's a soap opera.
Sometimes,
yeah, sometimes it's just kind of whack.
Yeah, like in that match, the whole time you could just see the. I know it's like written and all this stuff, but I did enjoy the fact, like, whenever he would tag himself in.
Smack him.
And then he would be like, all right, well then you go get it then.
Yeah.
And then, but I didn't enjoy the ending of that match. I really was. Well, I'm always rooting for Sammy, Kevin, and in this case Matt Riddle too.
Yeah.
But whenever Solo came out and just Samoan spiked him, and then almost Samoan spiked Jay.
Yeah.
I was actually kind of hoping it would happen there.
Yeah,
But
me too.
It didn't. It didn't.
Like it would that place would have erupted even more. Just like when Sammy turned on Roman, like it was a crazy ass unexpected
but that
thing
was
that
that
happened.
was that during a match, bro?
What? When Sammy turned?
Mm-hmm.
So it was after his after Roman beat KO. After he beat him, then they started beating the crap out of Kevin Owens, all of them, the whole bloodline.
And they're friends,
And-
so
Yeah,
he
they're like
wanted
best
to hit
friends. So he didn't want to hit him, and then he hit Roman, and it was like the loudest pop in history. It was so good.
right
But,
next to the original pop with Seth Rollins.
yeah.
What do you think is more iconic, though?
What?
Seth Rollins pop or Sami Zayn's pop to
Well,
Roman Reigns?
On turning on. It's funny because Roman Reigns is always getting turned on. I think that because this storyline has been going on for so long that the Sammy one was louder. But obviously Seth Rollins is Seth Rollins, so you can't take anything away from him. He's one of the greatest to do it because
I
he's
think
just
right
so-
now,
he's
like in the
lovable.
current roster, I think he is my favorite.
Seth.
Yeah, Seth. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's. And I wanted to say that we haven't gotten to that match yet, but when we get there, I have some stuff to say about that dude, Cody Rhodes.
Oh yeah, so we can jump into it now because that was the main event. Which, in my opinion, the Bad Bunny match should have been the main event because, for one, it's Bad Bunny, and it was such a great match, and there was obviously comebacks that came and unexpected comebacks, but it was fun to watch. But the the main event, Cody versus Brock, at a random beef out of nowhere, but it's been good, and it has continued to last night's Monday Night Raw as well. So that storyline's not over yet. Now they're fighting at Night of Champions. But the Backlash pay-per-view was good. That match was good because, well, for one, for old WWE Attitude Era, Ruthless Aggression Era, there was blood, and per sources, the blood was supposed to happen. It wasn't an accidental one like it was at Elimination Chamber match at WrestleMania between Finn Balor and Edge. This one was actually scripted to happen. That he was supposed to hit his head on that turnbuckle. No, it wasn't blading because it is illegal to still blade in WWE. But if it happens accidentally, they'll allow it. And in this case,
That's a
they
beautiful
did allow
picture.
it. Yeah, in this case, they did allow it, and Brock slit his forehead open, and he was painted red for a good portion of the match. But I know, Chris, you have a hot take on Cody Rhodes, right?
Yes, man. So I was on the Cody Rhodes bus all last year, and him losing in WrestleMania, and I know this is like scripted or whatever, but it
We have to emphasize that because people they'll come at us if we don't say that we know it's scripted.
yeah, Santa's still real. No, Cody Rhodes it was killing it last year. His intro song is still dope in my opinion.
Yeah.
When Brock turned on him the day after WrestleMania during Raw, no one, I don't think anybody saw that coming, to be honest, and I don't know the reasons why. Like, I don't think anybody knows like what the hell the beef was. Do you know?
So but now it's coming in more to light because Brock also turned on him yesterday at Monday Night Raw again. Cody thought that the beef was over, but it obviously isn't. So there was Brock's little promo shit that he did with the mic last night, where he was like, "Look at my face, look at my face." He sounded like Batman. Yeah. Where is she? That's what it felt like, bro. So with that, you could tell that there was more to it. Okay, just before we keep going, Denver is up 7-0 against Phoenix already in the first. So, but anyways, Brock said that like there was stuff that wasn't on the mic that he did. You could overhear him say that he pretty much you're going to come and take the spotlight. And I guess he wasn't a fan of that. And I'm assuming that's why he turned on him.
And I think,
But
I think it's like, don't get me wrong, right? Because supposedly Seth and Cody despise each other. They respect each other because they're fellow wrestlers, but they do not like each other.
Yeah.
Do you think that's like a real kind of I don't like you, or is that just in front of the camera?
I think that's kind of real because Seth didn't like that Cody left the way he did and then kind of started bad-mouthing WWE, in my opinion. Seth also has real beef with like Matt Riddle. Like he really don't like him. because Matt Riddle was legit talking shit about Seth's wife. So
Well,
some of that
let's
beef,
Come back to that, bro.
yeah.
The
So,
match
so-
was crazy.
some of that beef and stuff, it can be real. Like, like these, I mean, they're, first of all, there's a lot of testosterone and steroids that get involved. So there's probably a lot of anger
Wait,
around
what?
a lot of these people. Yeah. So,
I thought they were this big for just cuz.
just because they work out. But I don't know. I mean, I think that this one is just all part of the script, the beef set of it. It's to build Cody more as a character, which I was also glad that he did not win that match yesterday.
Who, Brock?
No, Cody, the one.
Oh,
that,
my bad, my
for
bad.
for
Yeah,
the
yeah.
tournament, because I don't think that he should go for that title. I think he needs to finish that story with Roman, in my opinion. I think that if they would have given him that victory and then he goes to win it at Night of Champions, the new title, I think it would have just been too gimme, like, okay, you're back, here's your title type shit.
So
So I was kinda
whenever,
okay with it.
what was it, 2022 when we went to the WrestleMania in Dallas?
Mm-hmm.
That we saw the entrance there for Cody Rhodes. Everybody freaked out. I, to be honest, forgot about him. But everybody was going crazy. So that was his comeback. But he was main roster. When I say main, I mean like he was getting all the special events, all the big fights to get himself into the position of what was WrestleMania 23 to fight Roman Reigns. Then him losing and still getting the spotlight. I'm like, okay, they're just driving him a lot right now, and I don't know. He's just like he's annoying. He's like the Solo of Cody Rhodes to me. Like
I
just
don't
his
know.
intro song is cool. Like maybe it's because I'm a big Brock fan because I grew up watching him
Whoa,
too.
easy when you say big Brock fan. I thought you were saying something else that rhymes with Brock.
This is a kids podcast,
Oh yeah, my bad.
but yeah, I'm a big Brock Lesnar fan. And I grew up watching him, so now seeing him, getting the mic and talking for himself, it's cool. And then his hairstyle too is so dope.
Oh, so I'm about to order his shirt that he came out. I don't know if you saw the one that he came out with last night. It's a new It's a new shirt that he came out with, and it's called Country Ass Kicking, and it's just his tattoo logo in the front with a cowboy hat. That shit looks so tight. I'm gonna order that. I
I
looked
haven't seen it.
after Raw last night. I looked for it on the WWE shop,
Sold
and it
out?
wasn't ready yet. No, it
Oh.
wasn't on there yet. So I'm assuming they're gonna release it this week. It was just a really good shirt.
So
and
so back
a lot of
to
people
before
said
I
that.
was rudely interrupted. So Cody Rhodes to me, he's still a great wrestler, obviously. But it's just not for me anymore. So I do hope he loses everything.
Damn.
Especially like if he's fighting Roman again, I'll still go for Cody because I think Roman's reign needs to end soon.
Yeah, seriously.
But he's gonna hit the 1,000 days, so we're
yeah,
I think
at
it's
Night of
like
Champions.
in a
for
couple
sure.
weeks. But if you look at these pictures, bro, right when it's bloody, it's black and white.
Black and white, yeah, that's WWE covering it, which is cool because like,
Look at the pictures. There's no picture of his face. That's so
Yeah.
interesting.
which
and
is
then Mazda.
which
there,
is
you see right there.
which is cool because like we at least were able to see a little bit of blood for those fans that are like non PG and stuff. Brock, a hell of a performer, obviously. So it was a great pay per view, I think. Underrated, like I said, because nobody was expecting that to actually occur. But yeah, that's our WWE talk. Roman Reigns makes his return Friday to SmackDown. We'll see what he's got to say with Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso, and we'll
They
see
won.
what's going to transition. Yeah, but he's obviously been ghosting them a lot, so we'll see what's going to transition. Speaking of,
I like that one of their segments. He's like, he's not even answering our emails.
yeah, it was like, nope, he's not answering my DM. Nope. It was great. It was
so dope, bro.
I love
them.
that.
I love them.
Yeah, I like them a lot, and I'm hoping that they turn babyface soon because I think they
Because
deserve
right now
like a
they're the
push.
heel, right?
They're technically the heel, but people like them. Like you can't
Yeah.
hate them. You know
I
what I
like
mean? Like
them. I like them more now than when they first showed up with like their different outfits that they had. I don't remember if you remember the kind of push
yeah,
got
they
at the
came
beginning.
in with their like. No, I was gonna say Polynesia Samoan outfits and stuff.
I like how they dress now, and they're just so chill. I feel like hanging out with.
I
them.
feel like I feel like they would be okay with me hanging out with them. Hopefully, but probably
No,
not.
well, we have I can schedule them for next week. I don't think they have anything going on.
All right, yeah. Set them on the books. Let me check my schedule. Yes, we'll be here next Tuesday again. All right. So speaking of transition, now it is time for our reviewing segment. Today's review, like I said at the beginning of the episode, is going to be the Tuck Rule, the infamous Tuck Rule, because it changed the sport so much when it came to football. Well, 13 years later is when they changed the rule. But Chris, I think, did you get the video? Are we playing the video or are we not playing the video?
Yeah, I'm pulling it up right now. Give me 1 second.
Okay. So while he pulls it up, this is the Oakland Raiders versus New England Patriots. This is Tom Brady's second-year run as a QB. This was in the AFC divisional round. Bill Belichick's third year, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, or second year as a head coach. Struggle season prior, but actually made it to the divisional round that game. A lot of people call this the Tuck Game rule. A lot of people also call it the snow game because it was crazy-ass snow that day. Oakland Raider fans, or I guess Las Vegas Raider fans, if you're still out there, I know you guys hated this when it happened. This was back in January 19th, 2002, if I'm not mistaken. So Chris was 4 years old. I was 12.
Yeah, I was actually at the stadium, guys. I bought tickets.
Yeah, and this was in New England. It was a infamous rule that everybody talks about because everybody says that's what started up the dynasty that is now known as the Belichick era. But while he has the video pulled up, we'll kind of break it down, see what we think, our thoughts, and see how it kind of played out and what changed after that for the game of football.
You should be able to see it now.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can put some volume on this. All right, here we go.
Lost the football. It's on the ground. Covered by the Raiders.
Quarterback's arm was going forward. It is an incomplete.
Bingo.
This side.
And then the drive continued as fourth quarter, and then Adam Vinatieri with one of the craziest field goals afterwards.
How could you? I couldn't even see the ball there.
Yeah, and overtime, and then they pushed the ball up.
Has a first down and more. Brady
Look at Brady, young Brady, bro, second year.
First down. Brady
Oh,
over
oh.
the middle. And held on to.
I haven't seen highlights of this game in a long time
Yeah,
Brady. Pumps,
Brady.
because I remember it live.
Wow.
complete for a first down. They give it to Smith.
Look at that big old boy.
He's going to get a first down.
He needs some milk.
Oh, that was me. I'm right there.
Look
That's
at that.
it.
Hell of a game. So the Tuck rule, pretty much, a lot of people say is what started the dynasty for the Patriots. Things would have been different. That was Bill Belichick's third year as the head coach. Now, the Robert Kraft had a tendency, if his team wasn't doing too good, usually after 3 years, they would remove the coach, find a new coach, and go forward with that. Now, the Tuck rule prior to that, or because it did change, Raider fans, it did end up changing. I think it was 11 years later, though, so a little bit too late. But pretty much what ended up happening was Tom Brady pulled the ball, and there is an angle of a picture where you can see his left hand kind of tighten up the ball close to his chest.
Yeah, I'm
Which
trying
in
to find
reality-
that picture.
Yeah, which in reality would have considered it a actual fumble. If that fumble would have been held, then there would have been no Vinatieri field goal kick, no overtime push, and then Tom Brady's dynasty may have not been what it is because a lot of things happened after that. They obviously went on to beat the St. Louis Rams at that time. Yes, for our younger audience, the LA Rams did play in St. Louis prior to playing in LA for the second time.
You gotta love whenever like the bandwagon fans,
Yeah.
I would say. So, because a lot of people are like, oh no, they've been here their whole lives.
They have not.
really.
Yeah. So I'm going to read off the NFL rule. So this is back in 2002. Since then, that rule has changed, and I'll pull up that one too. But the Tuck rule, so it was from 1999 until 2013. This was NFL Rule 3, Section 22, Article 2, Note 2 says when, in parentheses, an offensive player is holding the ball to pass it forward, any intentional forward movement from his arm starts a forward pass, even if the player loses possession of the ball as he is attempting to tuck it back towards his body. Also, if the player has tucked the ball into his body and then loses possession, it's a fumble. Now, the biggest debate, and I'm not sure if Chris is able to pull the picture up or not, is there is an angle of this. This is 2002, so the quality of video and the quality of pictures isn't what it is now. We don't have 4K back then. I think we were on 1K, if we were even in the case. But it's very pixelated. But and also the snow. The snow took a lot of factor into seeing this as a clear image. But back then, there on that picture that everybody talks about now, you can see Brady kind of hold that ball closer to his chest, and he actually touches it with his left hand. Tom Brady since has admitted that yes, it was a fumble, but
these are the only two pictures I can find.
no, there was another one. Well, okay, so that one right there that you're looking up right there to the right, where he's got his second hand. Charles Woodson smacked the crap out of him to cause that fumble because it should have been called a fumble. It was not, obviously, but you can see that he held that possession again. At that point, when that ball is,
bro, look at the fear in Tom Brady's eyes.
well, yeah, he's about to get smacked by a Hall of Famer, but you can see that Tom Brady does hold that ball back with his left hand, which should have been at that point considered a fumble. It was not a forward pass movement or anything in that case. John Gruden, the coach of the Raiders at that time, did get fired after that season. Not the rule. Sorry, it's because I read the word rule. But the main reason, not the main reason why, but it was stated that the owner of the Raiders at that time didn't feel as if John Gruden actually fought that overturn as much as he should have. This is under 2 minutes in the fourth quarter. So it's not like he could have challenged it anyways, but he could have made a better statement for it and a better argument to, in hopes, get it overturned. It didn't happen. John Gruden did end up leaving, and he ended up leaving to Tampa Bay. The next year, the Tampa Bay Bucks played the Oakland Raiders in the Super Bowl, and as John Gruden as the coach, and beat the crap out of the Raiders. And then the Raiders went on a 13 season with no postseason performances or appearances. But after this game, 3 weeks later, Tom Brady did end up taking the Super Bowl win against the Rams. And a lot of people state that if this tuck rule had never happened, then Tom Brady's career may not have been what it is, because they probably wouldn't have traded Drew Bledsoe next season to the Bills, and they probably wouldn't have gone with Tom Brady as the face of that franchise. Tom Brady, Bill Belichick obviously are well known as greatest of all time to ever be a QB coach duo.
Yep.
And Tom Brady obviously took with Bill Belichick 7 Super Bowls, winning 4 out of those 7. So it definitely stirs a lot of things up, especially as a Raider fan, because you guys went on a downhill spiral after this game, after the Super Bowl loss to John Gruden against Tampa Bay the next season, and you guys didn't miss the postseason for 13 years until like recent times. So once the tuck rule eventually ended up changing, a lot of people were like, well, it's kind of unfair because it could have gone our way if things would have been looked at better.
Yeah.
You can't blame. We've always said this, like, even if the tuck rule or any call that we review, you can't go back in time and review it and call it back. It's just not going to happen.
I think this one, like, it's just like when we did the Hand of God one,
Mm-hmm.
like, we're all on the same page. Like, yeah, this was, in this case, I do agree. It's a fumble in my book. It's not like the last call we did with the Saints.
Mm-hmm.
The pass interference, that should have been a pass interference. Because that one was clear as day. Blame the refs all you want, blame whoever you want. In this tuck rule age, I think you said it, and you said it correctly, was the technology wasn't there to kind of review this the way that it should be now.
Yeah.
It was a snow game, and this picture doesn't justify, the one I have on the screen doesn't justify the actual way it looked. If you saw the video that we put, dude, all you can see is pure white.
Yeah.
And the Raiders are dressed in white.
Yeah.
So it doesn't help the situation. So I understand why the call wasn't overturned. Or like there wasn't a big fight to it in the moment. Besides being a Raiders fan, I think that was the biggest fight if you were part of that fan base. But Tom Brady did come out and say, and I'll read it right here from his own words, whenever he did like the little documentary or whatever he was doing. He said, "I said it might, such a tough call, no choice but to respect the officials, probably the correct decision. The Raiders said they knew it. They knew. I mean, obviously, the Raiders are going to say it should have been a fumble. But it's just, I guess it's just one of those calls, man, where it's not gonna change. He's already retired, 7 rings, greatest of all time. So
Yeah, he's still going to go down in the history books. The crazy thing, in which I love this picture here, not a Raiders fan, not a Patriots fan, but you have two, at that time, future Hall of Famers, current Hall of Famers. Well, I guess Tom Brady's not really a Hall of Famer yet.
Not yet,
But obviously,
but we know
he's
he
going to
is.
be. Obviously, he's going to be. But you have them going head-to-head on it. Charles Woodson and Tom Brady did do like an interview afterwards, all years later, like as of recent.
I think it was like 2 years ago or a year
Yeah,
ago.
talking about it, and Tom Brady was, he admitted it jokingly, like, yeah, it should have been called.
And then they did
fumble.
like, I don't know if you've seen the clip, like an example of the play, and Woodson
Oh,
hits the
yeah.
ball, and he was like, "Yeah, that's a fumble," and he's like, "Well, what?" Let me see if I can put it.
Yeah, he's like, wait. That's not exactly what I meant. But I did just want to bring up that the tuck rule was abolished on March 20, 2013. So this happened in 2001. What was it? 2001, 2002? Season 2001, 2000. So that's 11 years later. It was abolished by a 29-1 vote of the current teams. The Pittsburgh Steelers were the only team that voted against the abolition. Wow, man, that's crazy because, like, you would think that it'd be the Patriots. They'd be like, nah, we don't want that rule to go away, but it was the Steelers. But it did change the game later down the road, obviously, because now certain rules don't apply anymore like that. Now if it's a moving forward pass, incomplete. If it's coming back to you, then it is considered a fumble because you're technically a runner at that point.
This is the.
Oh, yeah, that's the clip right here. So he's pulling up the Tom Brady and Charles Woodson talking about it on the tuck rule.
This is so funny.
All right, I'll
Okay.
give you that.
Doesn't take much pressure to knock it out at that point. Go ahead. Fumble. Or in this case, tuck rule. In this case,
I love that.
in this case,
I
it's
love that.
Did you hear him?
You gotta love the respect that two guys have to each other.
For
But
sure.
it's just,
for
man,
sure.
I bet it's just like to Woodson, to Charles Woodson, it must be something like, damn.
Yeah, I just love that he was like, fumble. Wait, tuck rule.
This case.
Yeah, in this case, tuck rule. But yeah, I don't know. That's one of the calls, and Carlos actually picked this one, so he didn't get to break it down with us today. But that's one of those calls that we definitely wanted to bring up. We have way too many to talk about, so we're gonna have a lot of episodes with this segment in here. Tuck rule, Chris. Yes or no? Was that a fumble?
It's a fumble.
Yep, it was a fumble. I think we both agree on that one. I don't think that's going to change anything for Raider fans or for Patriot fans. They still won the Super Bowl. They don't give a shit. Raider fans, you still haven't won a Super Bowl. You don't give a shit. So, so I don't know. It's just fun to break down these calls weekly because it gives us something to kind of like research and find like new rules on. Tuck rule, yes. Fumble. Should that have been the game? Yeah. Raiders, you probably had a dynasty with Rich Gannon and Charles Woodson on the defensive side, and John Gruden as a coach. But obviously that didn't occur. So yeah, sucks to suck. But that's what we had for
And you
reviewing
did
the call
have a
today.
dynasty with Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. So.
Yeah, so everybody got to witness that great dynasty. But yeah, that was our reviewing of this week. Like I said, any like recommendations of controversial calls, controversial things that happen around in sports, that's what that segment's going to be about. It's going to be about breaking it down. It literally doesn't have to be a call. It doesn't have to be a deciding call. It can be, freaking Deflategate. We'll eventually get into that one. It can be freaking players betting on themselves. It could be Pete Rose. You know what I mean?
Can't do that.
Yeah, we can't do that. Why not?
Because I'm on his side.
Yeah, me too. He's all-time hit king. But yeah, that was our
he deserves
segment
to be in the
for reviewing the call this week. And I think that we are. Chris, you have anything else that you wanted to bring up right now?
The Denver Nuggets and the Phoenix Suns. The Nuggets are leading in the first still, 31-18. Devin Booker's not having the hottest game of his life, but he did just score 2. Wow, I said that, so he kind of shut me up. So now it's 31-20. I do think the Nuggets will pull this game. That they'll win it. Not because they're winning. I just think the Nuggets are gonna be. It's gonna be a 4-2 series.
Oh, okay. So you don't think it's gonna go 7?
But prove me wrong, man. I love Game 7. So
Yeah. Game 7s are always fun to watch. Other than that, before we get into our top 3 of this week, follow us on social media. Like I said, we're trying to be more active on that stuff. I know we took a week off last week, but we typically record live Tuesday nights on Twitch. Videos get uploaded Friday mornings on YouTube. If you missed out on the Twitch chat, you can always comment on that. Comment, share, like, whatever stuff that other promoters say. Do that for us. Like we're just trying to grow our audience a little bit more. So we do appreciate all the support that we've gotten. I think we've passed 600 total plays on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So that's fun to see that we have a lot of people that listen to it. And I know I haven't listened to our podcast 600 times. So there's more people out there listening to it. We also have a fan in Puerto Rico. I didn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah. I met him at Backlash.
Yeah. Other than that, man, we appreciate all the support. Again, social medias is Reviewing the Call, Twitch Tuesday nights. Give us content that you guys want to talk about, calls that you guys want to talk about, top 3 segments you want to talk about. We even like to do intro and outro songs. So if you have an intro song for one day, we don't play the full song, but we do just play a couple seconds of it. This week's top 3 was provided by Chris, the young one. It is going to be top 3 Disney, Pixar, DreamWorks animated movies. In your opinion, if you're in the chat, just throw your 3 in there. It doesn't matter. If you don't want to, that's fine. Don't. But do it. Chris, you want to start with yours?
Yeah. So my top 3, in order, will go Monsters Inc. at number.
So you did 3, 2, 1?
Yeah, 3, 2, 1. Monsters Inc. at 3.
Okay.
Toy Story at 2. Toy Story 1 to be exact.
Okay.
And then the goat of all goats for me is the Lion King, the OG Lion King. Lion King 1, not the one that came out recently, just the original Lion King is my number 1 favorite animated Pixar movie.
Okay. Those are good picks because I'm not there, not exact. I think the Lion King is going to be on mine, but I have a few little curveballs in there that I like to throw in.
I have honorable mentions too, but we'll do that.
Yeah, me too. So I think I'm going to go, okay, so I'll go 3, 2, 1, 2. So I'm going to go 3 as Shrek.
Oh, Shrek 1?
Yes, the original.
Nice.
But all of them. But Shrek 1, yeah, for sure. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do We're Back, which is, I believe, was DreamWorks, I want to say. It was a dinosaur movie.
The Land Before Time.
No, not that one. But We're Back was a great movie to me growing up. Like, I used to watch that on repeat all the time. I just love that movie. It's like nostalgic. And then number 1, I'm going to go to The Lion King, the original, because why not? It's one of the best movies that's ever been made, with the singing and all that stuff. So those are my 3, 2, 1. Honorable mention that I had is A Bug's Life.
Ooh, nice movie.
I'm a beautiful butterfly. I just love that caterpillar. And then Monsters Inc. is a good one. That one's up there for me. Monsters Inc. is pretty good. What else did you have?
I have 2 honorable mentions, and I think one you probably haven't seen, but it's gonna be the movie Soul.
I love that movie.
Oh, you have seen it? Oh, I love that movie. That one. Oh, I have 3. Coco. My son was into that for the longest.
Yeah,
and an honorable mention, which was my number 4, if it was a top 4, would be Cars 1.
I was gonna say Cars. Yeah, Cars is a good honorable mention. Coco's a really good one, especially because it brings the Latino heritage out. And it's like super musically powered.
Oh, I love those movies.
It's a great movie. Another honorable mention: Ice Age. Loved Ice Age growing up too.
You know what? Like Ice Age is not on the list for me. Good movie, but just not. It wasn't my cup of tea.
Cars is on there. I do like from like the newer side. I like Inside Out.
Oh, that's a great movie.
Is that that's what it's called, right?
Yeah.
That's a great movie. I love it.
With the little dude that
hot take.
Himself.
Hot take for me. I'm not a big fan of Lilo and Stitch.
Oh, we're on the same place there too, bro.
Yeah, Moana, yes.
Moana's the one with the rock. Yeah, that was a good movie.
That's a good movie, but yeah, Lilo and Stitch just never really did it for me. And then okay, so when A Bug's Life came out, from Disney, right?
Oh, I know you're gonna try to compare the other one.
Ants.
Is it called Ants?
Yeah, that was such a good movie, bro, and it was super underrated. And it was a really good movie, and I loved that movie growing up too.
Oh, what about The Incredibles?
Oh yeah, that's a good movie. I
Finding
used to love that
Nemo.
movie growing up. Finding Nemo's good. Finding Nemo is good. And did you like Finding Dory? I was like whatever about it. Hercules.
Not as fun
Hercules
as
was a
Finding.
good movie.
Oh wow!
There's just so many good movies, like animated
Dude,
movies.
Pixar don't miss. A lot of people don't like this movie because there's rats in it, but I love Ratatouille.
Ratatouille's good. A Goofy movie from Disney.
Uh huh.
I used to love that movie. Up? Yeah, Up is good. Up is
They
a
have
good
one of the
one.
saddest opening scenes ever.
Seriously. Up is a good one.
WALL-E.
There's so many. WALL-E? Okay. It's good. I'm not saying it's not.
I'm leaving
It's
the
just-
show.
Yeah. It's good. I don't know. It wasn't really like it for me. I mean, well, nah, it was a good movie. But I wouldn't put it in my honorable mentions, I don't think.
I would put Ratatouille there. I really like Ratatouille.
Ratatouille's a good movie. I do like Ratatouille. I think I just saw that one. But Ice Age is up there for me on those. Yeah, I think that's pretty it. Monsters Inc. is a good pick because I didn't even think about it.
Really?
TBH. Yeah, like it's
What was that one with the? The Grinch, the animated version of it. I really like it too.
Oh, that's a good movie, but I'm more of a live action Grinch.
No, same. But I'm just saying it's a good.
Also,
it's good.
Little Mermaid, not a fan. Mulan, yes, I'm a fan.
I think I've only seen Mulan like once.
Yeah, Mulan, I like. Little Mermaid, not so much.
I
Aladdin,
like her 'cause of
not
Ursula.
really.
Aladdin?
Yeah, not
I
really
like-
into it.
Yeah, it's okay.
Aristocats is a good movie. I'm sorry, I'm just like on Google now looking at other ones
Yeah,
that I
the
might.
same.
All Dogs Go to Heaven. That's a hell of a good movie.
That's Pixar?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, Omar, or no, that's not Omar. Who's that? Oh, hello, stranger.
Did you see
Ants-
Onward?
Yes, I like that movie.
That's a
Not just because
great
of Chris
movie.
Pratt, but it's a really good movie.
Whoever Easy S is, I'm not gonna name who that is. Ants is better than Bugs Life.
I think that's what she was, or that person was saying, because I said I liked Ants for a long time better than Bugs Life.
I think Bugs Life is better.
Bugs Life is better, but she said I think they're coming out with a live action Hercules. Yes, that's what I've heard too.
Yeah, I'm Hercules. For those that didn't know.
If you're Hercules, then I'm that little half ram fat thing, Robert. That what's his name played? Not Robert.
Oh, you know
De
what's a
Niro.
good movie
What's his
too
name?
that I forgot about?
Danny
but I think
DeVito.
it's so overplayed for me that I just, if I hear it, I'm just turning it off. Is Luca? David
I
was
like
on
that
the,
movie, but I've
David
only
was
watched
on
it
the
once.
Luca boat for so long.
I like that movie, but I only watched it once. My wife really likes that movie too. Yeah, she really likes that Luca movie.
You know what's a movie that David will not watch? Soul. I've only watched that movie by myself.
Why? I feel like that's a good movie. I do want to
said
go
it's good?
watch. I do want to go watch, but it's not animated. But I do want to go watch the new Guardians movie. I heard it's super good.
Great,
Yeah, you watched it already?
of course.
Oh, of course you did.
Ooh, Fast
yeah,
and Furious comes out, I think, next week. Just
not watching that. Not watching
I'm
that.
watching
till
it.
it's
They're
on
going to
HBO.
Mars.
Yeah, I'm not watching that till it comes out on HBO. But yeah, other than that, obviously we went on a little rant of animated movies. But other than that, I think that wraps.
Wait. What did you think of Monsters University? Did you watch that one?
I liked it. I liked
Okay.
it.
Not
But-
as good as the original, right?
But no. But my fight to that, which is because it takes them forever to make these movies, I feel like a lot of people like it because they were like, wow, we finally got what we were waiting for. Same thing with The Incredibles, like The Incredibles 2 and Finding Dory. Like, it takes them forever to make these movies.
But they make
And
them
that's
so
why I feel
good.
like, yeah, and I feel like that's why people like him. They said Soul was a one-time watch only for me. Yeah.
Who said that?
Yeah, it's our person on Twitch.
Whoever you are, you have no taste.
Yeah. Well, there's so
Except
many
in
good
husbands.
movies,
You chose a good husband.
though. You did chose a good husband. I met that guy, and man, He's a catch.
Let me tell you about that guy.
Let me tell you about that guy. But yeah, other than that, I think that wraps up our episode this week. The episodes go live on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Podcorn, wherever you watch and listen to podcasts. They go up every Wednesday morning. So if you guys don't get a chance to follow us on Twitch on Tuesday nights, feel free to jump in and join us on Twitch. You don't have to pay anything. It's free. We just like to talk to people. It's free. You just sign up, and then look, we talk to our people that are in the chat. That's all we do. So it's not really that hard. All you do is create a profile, and then you just hit like, notify, and then every time we go live, you'll get a notification. And then you get to see these beautiful faces
It's
every
easy
Tuesday.
as pie. It's so easy.
Easy as pie.
It's so easy.
And for new followers and new people in the chat, we can use your ideas. If you have a good idea for like a top 3 or a call that you want reviewed, that's what we do. So follow us on Twitch, follow us on TikTok, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever you like. YouTube videos go up Friday mornings, typically around 10 a.m. They'll be up. So if you didn't get a chance to follow us on Twitch Tuesday night, you can watch it on YouTube Friday and put your comments in that. Like, subscribe, like I said, whatever these famous people do on YouTube, do that for us. You know what I'm saying? So, other than that, share this with a friend. I think that's what they do on their outros. Share with a friend, like, hit the button, hit the bell, whatever. Do all that for us. Other than that, it's been a hell of an episode. We are hoping that next week all 3 of us are back together. If not, it'll be me and Chris again. Unless he takes a week off, then it'll just be me. But other than that, if you guys have friends also that like to talk sports, shoot us a message.
Yeah.
We would love to bring people on and talk back and forth about it. It doesn't have to be the whole episode, but 15, 10 minutes, whatever it is.
Unless we're talking about 2017 World Series, it's going to take a whole episode.
Yeah. Other than that, thanks for all the support. Again, we have passed the milestone of 600 plays and downloads on Spotify and Apple, so we appreciate all that. Click the link in our Instagram for all of our stuff, TikTok and YouTube and Twitch and stuff. It's all up there. Other than that, Chris, take us out with a song. Have a rest of a good week, y'all. Denver is up 40-28. Peace out.